Mole on the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. I'm Alexander Sirigiani, 754, August 13th. So, like I've been telling you for a while now, people can see through my fucking eyes because of these neural implants that interact with the visual pathway and basically action potentials in transit to my occipital lobe, specifically the cochlear and sulcus. My theory is, I'm not sure, but my theory is they have these implantables that intercept action potentials and information within them in transit to the occipital lobe and the visual cortex, and maybe and they then transmit that info to a computer that gets converted into imaging. So they basically can see through my eyes, just like with the telepathy. Look up DARPA modem for the mind. You'll start seeing what's possible, what's not possible. But yeah, there's a thing called neuroengineering. So they're basically neuroengineers involved work by developing devices that interact with the human brain. And part of being able to create devices that interact with the human brain is being able to decipher the information in action potentials and convert it to a form a computer can understand, essentially. So, regardless of all that, um, the way you can catch these guys and prove the eye output is real is match up surveillance with camera angles. For instance, earlier today, I looked up and spun this little baseball that's hanging from my parents' ceiling in the porte cochere. My brother had his baby's birthday and had all these baseballs, so I went up and spun it. How could you get that angle with the satellite camera? And then if you look at surveillance, I probably have a dip cup in my hand and then my left hand spinning it. So it's not me using a camera and it's from this angle. How could you get that angle with a satellite camera with no camera in my hand and no one around me but me? Think about it. So look for things like that don't make sense, that you can't get, you wouldn't be able to get that with a satellite camera or any other camera. I don't have a button camera, I didn't have anything. I'm wearing this shirt, there's no buttons. Just look for all the angles that you couldn't get with a typical camera or a satellite camera. And then check it with surveillance. You'll always say, I'm by myself. And then you look at the point of view. Is it coming from the eyes point of view? Like when I look in the mirror, sometimes you can see me. I have no camera in my hands when I'm looking in the mirror typically. And I'm just standing there and I can see my reflection and look at the angle. And then think about a satellite camera and what kind of angle it could potentially make, or the point of view from a satellite camera if I was looking at myself in the mirror. So basically, look at all the different points of view and the angles of certain images, and then look at it with surveillance and be like, you can't get that with a satellite camera, and he doesn't have a camera in his hand, so where the hell is this camera angle coming from? And that's a way you can catch these guys who have access to the eye output and are also covering that up as well. Bet my life.